Do-do-do-do.
Here we
I
go.
don't know what it is about that music sting. What is it? Do you know what instrument? It's just a guitar.
It's just a guitar.
It's weird.
I mean, it could be a synth, but it's a very guitar-y synth.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a guitar to me, like an electric guitar, but just weird that it's not like a rhythm or a rhyme. It's not on time. It's just a little like do, like it's echoing itself. It's a little sting. It's cool. I like it. I like it a lot, is what I'm trying to say.
I appreciate you enjoying the guitar.
I enjoy guitar. Look, I learned how to play the acoustic guitar. It's not the same as electric, but I only can play like 2 songs.
Well, we'll get you to do a performance after this episode.
No, definitely not. I can play like the bass line to Pumped Up Kicks pretty well. How
does that even go? Don't.
Okay.
Just.
What?
I'll get you to just listen. I don't want to get us copyright
I'm
struck
sorry.
by the dark gods.
I can't help myself. I'm in a musical mood. Because there was a music video. It was a Higurashi music video with Pumped Up Kicks in the background. And it's not on the internet anymore, so if anyone knows where it is, let me know.
That's right. I'm sure you can remake
high
it.
and low. No, I definitely cannot. It was very cool. It was one of the first music videos I ever enjoyed.
This is a very long previously on.
I know. They're just like replaying everything.
Like this is longer than it took for Kuma to get killed.
It's true. You're not even wrong. Honestly, they could have just not played the previous 3 episodes and just played this one with this recap, and I would have been on board with what's happening. Unfortunately, he can't start the car very quickly. Stops on a dime, takes forever to start. That's Cars.
Yeah, because he's got to do a doughy before he gets the car going again.
Could you imagine that? He gets shot like while he's got his foot on the pedal. He just keeps spinning in circles.
It's stuck there forever.
Yeah, he died like he lived.
That's the symbolism for endless time. I mean, listen, everyone knows that when you're watching anime as a true stan, you save the OP and outro until the last time you watch it so you don't get the OP spoilers.
It's true. Or the ED spoilers.
The only reason we have them here is so that we can talk over the top of them.
It's true.
That's the one.
So we can talk about how we've been this week. And
that's right.
Let them know. Let the people know. How have you been? What kind of spicy food did you eat last week?
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's the Crows. It's like in Arc 3 again. So funny how they've like mashed the arcs together.
Well, we actually did have this scene in Arc 3, right?
I know. That's what I'm saying. They were like, let's take that crow scene again and like do it again. It's going to be great. Lots of people liked that scene in Arc 3. They were like, it's the gore scene. Don't look. It's going to show the innards. Oh, no, it's not.
I like the guy still has his night vision goggles on.
It's pretty good.
Like, clearly no one actually needs them to navigate because they're all still walking.
And Satoko is fine as well. Like, definitely do not need it. I love this callback to Arc 3. That, like, rather than her, like, pushing people off the bridge, she's just, like, hiding underneath it. I've got my throwing knife here. So if I see anybody up top this bridge, I'll just chuck it.
Oof, that's nasty looking.
It's a head wound is what that is. Guys, oh. And a leg wound. Oh, God. I hate this. She attack, but she ain't gonna get her friends back. Oh, don't look. I hate this scene. Not a fan. Not a fan.
I just need you all to know that Ben is trying to find anything else in the room to look at, but we currently have the show up on many screens.
We have to talk about the scene. This is not one of my favorite scenes. They are. It's Chiyo-sensei.
Oh, no.
And Tomoto Nakamura. And the 3 families are all there, too. Oh, don't keep looking. Oh, don't look.
Oh, that was such an uncomfortably paced scene.
Yeah, it's pretty
But,
awful.
like, in a good way.
Yeah, the manga has some pretty, like, it's pretty infamous in general for its, like, gruesome scenes and the way they choose to, like, depict all the bodies just, like, piled on top of each other. It's pretty brutal. Right, I wish he's here to beat some sense into her with his usual tact.
His usual bedside manner.
Yeah. She wasn't in the pile.
What? I'll be honest, I didn't notice that.
You son of a bitch.
It's probably just the hot gases functioned to make her hat work like a hot air balloon and
she just floated away. That makes sense.
I just meant the hat, but I like the image of her flying.
I mean, either one, really. He's just enjoying his monologue scene. He's like, I could really shoot the scenery here.
Oh my God. Like, I guess this is the same scene we had in the VN with Keiichi, but Not even that. It's
going
just
in
like
circles and
it's
stuff.
just so uncomfortable. Him just standing here talking to a supposedly cognizant, unresponsive Satoko.
For sure. Oh, there he goes.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
Well, he's frustrated. He wants to fucking solve the mystery.
Take him away.
Get him out of there.
He's unwell. He's got the syndrome.
He's mentally insane. It's kind of a sad thing that, like, he's looking for his old mate. He's looking for Kuma-chan. He's looking for everybody. Everybody just keeps leaving him.
Come, replacement Kuma-chan.
Kuma-chan 2.0, I will name you. He doesn't have his emotional cornerstone to keep him held down anymore. He doesn't have Kuma-chan 1.0. Rena, no! Fucking do a kung fu. Oh, I hate this shot. No! She's in 3-4. Isn't that fun? That's a fucking meme. All right.
They gave them all names. I wonder if that's just like people in the production team. It has to be. Also, I'd like she's in room 3-4. I know that's what I was pointing out. What do you mean? Wasn't that the first thing that hit you? No, I was looking at all the other names.
That's why I reacted. I was like, she's in 3-4. I'm so glad it took you that long to like click.
Sorry,
that.
I was too busy trying to figure out if I recognized any of the other names on the board.
Look, some of us had priorities here. Some of us looking for the secret code.
Well, you looked for the numbers, I looked for the words.
It connects all the Higurashi and Numen Echoes.
It's just because you're a big math nerd.
It's true, I am. I am the math nerd. Kuma-chan would know just what to say at this time. Okay. What the fuck?
Oh, Ben.
There you go. Oh, I love this show.
That's the other fun thing there, I guess, is like that kind of implies what happens to Keiichi at the end of arc 3.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah. It's strongly implied that whenever any of the club members, aside from Rena, which is interesting, but the other club members.
No, it was arc 2. Was it?
Yes, arc 2. Sorry. Well,
where he's in the hospital with Uishi. Right?
Yeah. No, that is true.
Because it's Mion or whatever that comes up from underneath the bed and is like, Keiichi, I'm here for you now.
Yeah, there's sort of different interpretations of that scene. Like it points towards a like heart attack or whatever brought on by the syndrome, but it's entirely possible that someone slipped him an injection. It's sort of the implication of this scene.
Yeah.
And it is generally implied that like if most of the club members, when they like survive, they get hunted down.
Like it's kind of interesting the way that you describe that because it makes it seem as though in the expanded Higurashi universe per se, the club is made more important almost as like a response to the main story.
I suppose so.
Which is really fun.
Yeah, for sure. Well, because they keep getting away and then getting murdered later on.
Yeah.
And then it's time for the massacre chapter.
Let's go. It's time for
ready.
Mina Guroshi.
Time for the Labyrinth rules.
Heck yes. Let's kick it off.
Rules.
The rules of the Labyrinth.
Of the movie Labyrinth.
I haven't seen that movie.
It's got David Bowie in it, so you need to.
It does.
Here we are in the fragment zone. Look at him go. It's so lovingly rendered.
This actually does look pretty great.
It's pretty nice.
Although I must say, Dodler did an excellent job of making it seem more 4D.
I know, right? Shout out to Dodler, the true hero of this playthrough. Oh my God, why would they include that clip of Renner's face spazzing out?
There's a lot of clips they shouldn't include in this.
At least they didn't use the Shion horse face from Arc 2. She's like shaking the ladder.
And 5. They used it both times.
I know, that baffles the mind.
I've lost track of how many aircraft I'm going to have to cut out, but fortunately we didn't speak much over the top of that one.
That's right.
I could just cut the audio.
Cut that air. It's fine. We're just going through every arc right now. Just like, here is the recap. I know that the previous arc and also the episode before the previous arc, we're all recapping everything, but this is the super recap. This is the super mega recap episode. I suppose it is a habit of Rikushi to repeat himself, so I'm not too fussed about it. Most controversial best character.
What do you mean? Nothing's controversial about this character. She's an excellent inclusion.
She's totally a necessary addition. No controversy.
She's the most animated person in the show.
You're not wrong.
In terms of motion per frames in the show.
Look, her cheeks, they become
her rate's dropping. She's static.
It'd be more fun if Hanyuu talked like a crazy old man. Wouldn't that be more fun?
I think it would be.
Just shouted every line.
It's interesting that she's asking Keiichi this arc when, as far as we of the audience have seen, it was Satoko that remembered last arc.
Yes, this scene obviously connects directly to arc 6, where both Keiichi and Rena remembered shit.
I mean, fictionally, it would make sense for like arc 6 to have happened again, after the last one we saw or something along those lines.
Like, I guess, look, I'm not saying you can't justify it, but for me, I feel like that's such a strange like thing to have a disconnect with. It's either that the studio just want to be faithful.
That's all right. They just said the miracle only happened once, so theory ruined.
Yeah, get wrecked. It's all right. I'm a realist, Felix. That's why I'm on the show. Take you down a peg. When you make theories that just don't make any sense.
No, that's true.
I'm going to take you down too. That's dumb. You shouldn't have dreams. Her face is so ridiculous.
Yes, thank you for expositing what the previous entire minute's been about anyway.
Look, the audience needs to know.
Keiichi will call Ryukishi and ask for a role change.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
And be denied.
Yeah, and we won't get to see his face because he doesn't have a sprite yet, unfortunately.
The good times.
Not until Arc 5.
I had honestly, until this second, forgotten that was the case.
Had you forgotten that it's considered a spoiler to indicate that Keiichi has a sprite? Have you forgotten that? That is a rule that people have adhered to. They're like, if you say that Keiichi has a sprite in Arc 5,
I had actually forgotten this.
You okay? Do you need a minute? Do we need to pause the video?
This is very stressful information for me.
It is. Oh, Ghost Girl.
I thought they were just going to have her disembodied head float around the room. That would have been fun.
I would love that. That's horrifying.
I like that it's just in
it's
the
at
corridor.
His work. Like, if this was his house, I'd still think it was weird, but not as weird. But it's just in his work.
No, he pulled it out of the fourth dimension, clearly.
Oh, of course. That's the main dimension.
Whimsical.
They're relatively whimsical. Let's be clear.
Whimsical. What a choice of word. This is not weird to me because it is too late in the story for explanation and curiosity.
Look, Keiichi's not here to lose his mind this arc, okay?
That's true.
I do like this as kind of the visual way of like representing her fortune telling.
It has a lot less roundabout explanations it needs for the different games.
Yeah, it's good.
One of my favorite things about the way Ryukishi uses music is when he uses it like this to portray a completely different mood to the scene on its surface value.
Yeah, it shows like the inner meaning of the situation.
Why is it forks?
I don't know. Maybe there's something to do with like all he had at home was forks.
It's so when the spring fires on the inside of the mechanism, the forks fly into everyone's eyes.
It hit everybody. Yeah, they scoop everybody's eyes out. That's like penalty for failing the game.
Uh-oh. You also gotta love the way they've like framed this shot here with Rika, like just looking over the three of them lined up.
Like I could see the dominoes falling. Boo! Boo!
Ben's got protest signs up.
Fight for your right to date Keiichi. God damn it, Renner.
Wow, that actually works really well with the beat of the song.
Fight for your right to date Keiichi.
Exactly.
Done.
Big Beastie Boys fan over here.
Yeah, that's it. I know all the words.
Well, congratulations, everyone. We survived the opening days of Higurashi.
Yeah, the massacre still hasn't hit yet. So, you know, it's all good, guys. We'll make it to the end. We won't get massacred.
That's right.
We're a bunch of good boys and girls.
I hope so. I hope you're all well-behaved.
I hope that everyone watching this video right now, or listening, or whatever you're doing,
has good manners.
Yeah, has good manners and is a good person. Mm-hmm. You know? Live your best life.
That's right.
Also, enjoy that there was a temptation you could not hide. Yeah.
It's interesting, I suppose, like, because this is better, better
than what?
This arc, there's kind of not a lot to say other than, like, the few small differences that they've tried to make.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, right? I don't imagine that our commentary for these next few arcs is going to be incredibly insightful or mind-blowing. We're just kind of here for the chill vibes.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of how this show rolls, funnily enough. It's not really how I remember it, but it does, like, in my head, because I haven't actually watched the second season of the show, you know, like, longer than the first season, like, even before we rewatched it, you know, like, it's just, I usually just watch the first season and then stop. Like, I remember thinking, like, what do they even put in those 26 episodes? Like, how do we get that far through? And the answer is like clip shows, slow pacing, lingering shots, and this like incredibly atmospheric feeling.
Yeah.
Which I don't dig.
I mean, I don't really think that like the clip show thing is specifically a
I think it's bad
feature of the anime here. Thing. Like that's kind of what the VN does as well to some extent.
Suppose.
Like because it's written as text, it's not the same footage.
Sure.
But you still get those flashback moments.
You're not wrong. We get like I remember when this thing happened, but I think that the space between those events is obviously less because the anime is just shorter. Feels less justified. Anyway, I'm not trying to rag on it. I think it's fine. Because there is slight tangent. There is one show I can think of that does like a flashback clip show that I think is genuinely effective. And I'm not going to praise the show very much, so don't get too excited. But in Ruby, Volume 6, the finale, Volume 6 has a clip show at a moment where a character has to like, they do the thing where they're like, power of friendship. I'm going to like draw on my emotional strength of my friends to do a really awesome thing.
Yeah.
And they have a little clip show of like stuff from the previous volumes of the show, but it's not like animated. It's not like replaying back the actual scenes. It's like comic art of those sequences from like with like an idealized filter over the top.
Yeah.
Or the colors are really popping and it's just like these quick flashes ending with one scene that like we've never seen like on screen before. Yeah. It's really cool. Anyway, I'm just trying to say, like, I'm not opposed to flashbacks. I like it when they add something extra in the retelling, I suppose.
I suppose. I think the thing for me, like, distinguishing a clip show from the way that it's used in this anime is that when I think clip shows, I think of, like, the ending of Star Trek Season 1 for The Next Generation. I think of, like, that episode in Korra where they just abandoned any plot progression.
God. Like, well, compare that to what I'm talking about in Avatar: The Last Airbender when they have the theater episode, which is basically a clip show, but they have like random actors play the characters in the show. That's a really fun episode.
I don't know. I
didn't like that? You didn't enjoy that?
It's, as far as clip shows go, I agree. It's a good way to do a clip show, but I still didn't particularly like that episode.
Interesting.
Just because I think that like the fact that they're using flashbacks, like it's this anime isn't an amazing example of how to use flashbacks, don't get me wrong. But I think that the fact that they're at least using them to tell the present tense story of the show rather than just fill dead air.
No, for sure. It's not like they're playing like 5-minute clips. They're just like, here is a flash of this moment to like visually remind the audience of all the bad shit that Rika's been through.
Yeah.
Which I think it's very like effective at. I think it's cool. Yeah.
Alrighty.
We'll just have to agree to agree.
Exactly. As we often do. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you back with the anime next time.
Next time.